Hey VC, it's Jonathan, the cheap and cheerful record collector. Hope everybody's doing well out there today. We had a big record show here in Portland on Sunday. I had two tables, and my buddy Brian from Shamrock and Record had a table, and we both hung out all day. Got there at 7:30 in the morning, didn't leave till after 3, and sold a lot of records, met a lot of great people, and some people even recognized me from my videos, which is sort of cool. We just had a great day. Sold a lot of records, like I said, and because it was a record show, I picked up some records too. Thought I'd show you the stuff I found at the show and things I traded for and bought straight up. First one is one that Brian had. I guess he had 2 copies, and he knew I was looking for it, so he said, "Oh, I know you want this one." So we made a deal, and I was able to pick up Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble in Step from 1989. Really happy to add this to my collection. Something I've been looking for quite a while. Fantastic album. I think I have just about everything by Stevie out now. I think I have one more I need. But this is a fantastic album. Plays great, and great to have in the collection. Stevie Ray Vaughan, In Step from 1989. Next one, actually I didn't pick this up at the record show. I picked this up at Goodwill a couple of days before the show, and it's John Mayall and his album Moving On. And this is from 72. And features Blue Mitchell and Freddie Robinson on guitar, Blue Mitchell on trumpet. Really great album. Really happy to have it in my collection. I've got a lot of John Mayall, but to me, you can never have enough John Mayall. 1972. Moving On. This I got at the record show. I'd never seen this before. I guess it's a new release of an old recording. And one of my favorite singer-songwriters, unfortunately gone already, and that's the great John Prine. And this is his album, September 1978. Obviously recorded in 1978 in, I think it's Chicago, Park West, Chicago, September 23rd. It's great. Thing is that when I took this out of its wrapper, brand new, it was the dirtiest record I've ever seen come as a brand new record. Fingerprints and dirt and all sorts of, cleaned up really nice, and it plays obviously like brand new, but it's just crazy to see a brand new sealed record as dirty as this was. Not happy with the quality control at Old Boy Records, but plays great now, and wonderful record. And he has songs, most of the songs you know on here: Angel from Montgomery, Crooked Piece of Time, Iron Ore Betty, Sweet Revenge. Great album. Recorded 1978, the great John Prine. This is another one I've been sort of looking for a while. I've seen it, and the price was a little more than I wanted to spend. It's all right. I already opened it, but I haven't spun it yet. And it's a compilation album, and it's called Americana Railroad. 2-record set, and it has people. So, well, they do Here Comes That Train Again by Stephen McCarthy and Carla Olson. Mystery Train by Rocky Burnett, This Train by Peter Case, City of New Orleans by John Fogerty, Southwest Chief by Dave Alvin, Steel Pony Blues by Dom Flemons. Dom, if you don't know, was with the Carolina Chocolate Drops. So really looking forward to digging into this Americana Railroad. Great gatefold on the inside, obviously, and really looking forward to digging this Americana Railroad. This was a new release, 2021 came out. Next one, I didn't have it. I couldn't say no. War, All Day Music. Trying to find a date on here. Recorded live 1971. At least one of the cuts was recorded live 1971. Includes All Day Music, Get Down, That's What Love Will Do, Slipping Into Darkness, Love War. Great album. Great stuff. Happy to have it in the collection. Then I got some jazz albums, because you all know I'm a jazz hound. This album might have been the first jazz album I ever bought. Certainly one of the first 2 or 3 jazz albums I bought. I'm saying 1964 when I was 15 years old. And it's The Real Lee Conets. in this 64, being a 15-year-old skinny white kid, nerdy kid wearing glasses, I could relate to Lee Konitz as his sax player when I was trying to learn to play sax. Coltrane and Charlie Parker, they were just too exotic for me to even think about. But here's a guy sort of looked a little bit like I could have looked at the time. You know, nerdy, glasses, white guy. I can relate. Great album. Great saxophone player, alto sax. Recorded, I think it was 1957. And this is an original pressing on the, I'll show this label because it's cool, on the old original Black Atlantic label. So yeah, one of the first jazz albums I ever had. Haven't had it in many, many years. So I'm really glad to add it back to my collection. Next one is another jazz album. This is a guy who I saw about 2 years before he passed away at Ronnie Scott's in London, and it's Phil Woods. And this is his album, I Remember. As far as I can tell, it's a compilation, the Full Woods Quartet and Orchestra. I haven't played this yet again. Recorded 1978 in London. Gatefold, etc. This album is a collection of original compositions dedicated to the memory of just a few of the musicians who have been an important part of Phil's life. So there. Phil Woods. Another jazz album I picked up, again, couldn't resist. Live at the Beehive, Clifford Brown and Max Roach. 2-record set with Clifford Brown, Max Roach, George Morrow on bass, Sonny Rollins on tenor sax, etc. Again, looking forward to digging into this one. Love Clifford Brown and Max Roach. Fantastic stuff. Next one is a blues album, Jump Blues. This is a guy I was lucky enough to see in 1970 Ann Arbor Blues Festival, and it's the great Big Joe Turner. I love that Jump Blues, and this is his album Jump in the Blues with Pete Johnson Orchestra. I just finished listening to this fantastic album. Unfortunately, not as clean as I had hoped it would be. A lot of pops and nicks. There he is with Pete Johnson, piano player. This is on our Hooley Records. Again, I thought it was going to be cleaner than it was. One of those albums that looks cleaner than it plays, but still, there's that great R. Hooley label. Still great to have in the collection. And can't find the date on this one. I think it was 1962. Yes, 1962. Big Joe Turner. And the last one is a record I had bought at a really great price. I put it out to sell at the record show. It didn't sell, even though it was like $20 under Discog medium price. I think Discog medium like $65. I had it like at $40. It didn't sell. I finally said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to keep it. And it's a 3-record set. Yeah, 3-record set called Hot House. And this is the complete Jazz at Massey Hall recording, 70th edition anniversary on Kraft Records. As you see, I haven't even opened it up yet. But it features Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, Bud Powell, Charles Mingus, and Max Roach. There have been many releases of this concert. From what I've read, this is one of the best. What does it say? Complete legendary 1953 live concert recording, 3 LPs, including essays, lacquer cut by Kevin Gray, pressed on 180 vinyl, mastering audio restoration, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So decided no one else wants it. I'm keeping this in my collection. So hopefully get to this later today, crack it open and give a listen. Hot House, the complete Jazz at Massey Hall Recordings, Kraft recording from 2023 was released. So that's what I picked up at the record show. We had a great time, and I can urge you, if it's a record show in your neighborhood, you should definitely take the time and go check it out. Find all sorts of great stuff, meet lots of great people, and that's all for today. So until next time, peace.